If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.
Welcome back into Radio Row in Indianapolis. It is WNST's continued coverage of Super Bowl 46. Joining me now, right here on the set, the man who is working as he talks to me. This is the amazing thing. He's not just like hanging out. He's really doing work. Will Witherspoon from the Tennessee Titans stops by courtesy of SchoolOfLegends.com. You just get here?
Yeah, I just pulled up, getting things set up for today, and I'm having a good time with that. Getting out here to School of Legends and doing some interviews for them and getting things out and letting the word out.
Very, very cool. So how'd you get involved with School of Legends, and what have you tell me what you're doing here that people can be able to see later?
Well, School of Legends, of course, has just been a great place for me. I've kind of been with these guys basically since the inception. It's been a wonderful organization. Kevin Carter is one of the founding members. He and I have a great history together. We actually had the same high school coach.
Okay.
So, of course, he and I have known each other.
Kevin's a really smart dude, too.
Yeah,
he's really a smart dude.
Definitely a great guy. And, having a place where athletes can go that's basically sanctioned by the Players Association, it's 100% verified that everybody on there is actually the professional football player you're trying to reach on Twitter and Facebook.
Oh, yeah, you end up finding somebody. Yeah, there's probably 12 Will Witherspoons on Twitter right now.
I think there's 6 Facebook pages. And I only have anything to do with really one of them. And I pay attention to maybe the other.
Right.
I actually had a fan who started a fan page and said, "Will, I want you to manage the fan page with me so you can see what's going on."
You're like, well,
he sent me a Facebook message saying, "Hey, I created this because of you, but I want to make sure you know about it."
What's the weirdest, by the way, message that you've ever gotten? Like, dude, I was talking to you on Facebook the other day, and you said we could hang out in Nashville. So you ever gotten anything along those lines? And you're like, that's not me.
I try and keep things separate, but I've never received that kind of message. Thank goodness. But if it ever happens, I'll be a little bit nervous.
Will Witherspoon is here with us, courtesy of SchoolOfTheLegends.com. Will, a couple things football-wise. One, you guys, Tennessee, this season kind of took a lot of people by surprise. I think a lot of people said, well, this is going to be a down year for the Titans, first-year head coach. Tell me about Mike Munchak. I thought maybe by the end of the year, he hadn't gotten enough credit. Maybe should have been more of a Coach of the Year type of candidate.
I think he did a great job. Munch took over in a great position. I think they did a great job keeping us higher. And it's kind of funny as a defensive guy, you didn't really know a lot about the offensive line.
Right. They're there every day, but you don't
really interact all the time. So it was really kind of interesting to see and get to know Munch as the year went on and get to know him as day by day. The best thing about it is I really understand who he is, and I see that he, you already knew he had the great potential to be whatever he wanted. Sure, I was there, but he directed and guided guys. He did a great thing letting the coaches coach and the players play.
There have been a lot of conversations this week. Obviously, we're here in Indianapolis. The most talked about man in the city is Peyton Manning, and a lot of people have said, what would be a great fit for Peyton Manning? Down there in Tennessee, went there, college hero. I think that'd be the spot for him to go. What do you think about all that conversation? Do you hear it? Do you think about it? And what would be your thought process there?
I don't really think about it too much. It's one of those. It's the nature of the game. Everybody has their ideas. Everybody wants something. Of course, I've heard there's a Bring Peyton Home website or something going on that made Real Men of Genius songs out of this. I don't know what else to say there. But I'm real happy with Matt Hasselbeck. Jake Locker's coming a long way. Everything's improving day by day, and that's one of the great things. It's amazing to see what people do every offseason and what they come up with. So you just get excited about it and laugh about it, but at the same time, some of it may be realistic, but part of it probably isn't.
Yeah, I mean, and you're not the GM, obviously. It's not going to end up being your call.
True. That's way over my head, my pay grade, no matter what you say. And those decisions are far, 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 far out of my hands.
Hey, that game you guys beat the Baltimore Ravens at the beginning of the season. Maybe part of the problem is that nobody really knew how good you were at the time. And I think a lot of people thought the Ravens really go down to Nashville and lose to that game. What did you see from the Ravens that day, and specifically Joe Flacco? Because he's a guy that we talk about a lot in the city of Baltimore, and a lot of people have a lot of different opinions. What did you see from Joe Flacco, and what, going into the game, did you think you were going to be able to do to succeed against Joe Flacco?
I think our goal is, we didn't play well in the week before. Our goal was to play well. That was the key component of the game. And what we went into that game with was, let's do what we do it well, and let's make sure we're getting pressure on the quarterback. Let's make sure we're tackling. Let's make sure we're doing the things we want to do. That's that's what we focused on. We didn't really focus on, hey, what can we do with Joe Flacco? And we know that any quarterback, you put enough pressure in the face, it makes it a tough throw. It makes it they make bad decisions. And we got that opportunity. We made that happen.
We've always sensed that when teams get ready to face the Ravens, they just say, well, we just got to take Ray Rice out of the football game. That's plan one. And I'm assuming that teams think the same way when they face your team, by the way, except it's Chris Johnson.
Exactly. You know, that is the thought process, and that's the thinking behind it, but there's so much more to every team than that. You know, if you get one guy who you kind of suppress down, all right, we can make some things happen. But if you can go ahead and do that and then play everybody else well, it makes a huge difference. It just makes the world a difference on the field and how you play the game.
Well, I've been seeing all these big commercials all over TV with like Ray Lewis and Dion and all these. When's the Will Witherspoon commercial going to be right there plastered on my television?
You know, actually we're working with some fun stuff with School of Legend. Just see some of that going. You know, I've actually made some cameo appearances in little commercials. You know, if you look really hard, I'm in the background, third row, fourth seat to the right. But I'm working on that. You know, we're going to work on bringing everybody into the WWW after the WWW.
Okay.
You know, the world of Witherspoon after that.
I like that. That's pretty good. Real quick thought on Ray Lewis before I let you go. Just where he is, sort of winding down his career as a linebacker. I assume, sort of no matter where you play, you think about Ray and you revere him.
Oh yeah, you definitely got to respect him. Ray and I knew each other a long time too.
Is there anybody in the league that Ray doesn't like try to treat like a younger brother? I feel like that's just.
We've been in long enough. Everybody is.
Right.
It's okay, but man, you know, Ray is one of those guys who knows that what he's doing, he can do this part better, or he can do that part better, and he knows how to play the game within everything he is, and who he is, and how it is. Very cool. He plays a game with his skill set. You know, I've got to do what I know. He doesn't approach it with more than that, but he also knows I'm the tone setter. I'm the guy that has to lead the defense and bring them along.
It's very cool. Will Witherspoon, you can find out everything about him, or you can interact with him, talk football with him at schoolofthelegends.com, as well as like hundreds of other former football.
Yeah, actually over 2,300.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Again, they're all verified. They're all guys that we know personally or know. That's who you're talking to. You're talking to Larry Fitzgerald, you're talking to Larry Fitzgerald. You're talking to me, you're talking to me. It's not, hey, you're talking to this other guy or anybody else. It's me.
That's very cool. Will Witherspoon, thanks so much for taking a few minutes to chat with us. Schoolofthelegends.com. We'll make sure everybody in Baltimore goes and checks it out. All right? Very cool. We'll take a quick break.
If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.